Hello and welcome to Business Kitz. My name is Tatiana, and in this video, we'll be discussing the legal working age in Australia. If you're a teenager or a parent of one, it's important to understand the legal requirements for young people joining the workforce. So let's get started. Firstly, let's clarify what we mean by the legal working age. In Australia, the legal working age is the minimum age at which a person can be employed. Did you know that the minimum working age in Australia varies depending on the state you're in? That's right. While some states allow minors to work at the age of 13, others require them to be at least 15 years old. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the minimum working age in each state. Let's start with Victoria. The Child Employment Amendment Act of 2022 states that the legal working age in Victoria is 13, with the exemption of 11-year-olds being permitted to perform supervised deliveries. Employers are required to obtain a permit to hire someone under the age of 15. If an employer does not have a permit and hires someone under this age, they are committing a crime and will be penalised. Persons supervising a worker under the age of 15 must also have a working with children clearance. During a school term in Victoria, a child is not permitted to work more than 3 hours a day or 12 hours a week. During the school holidays, the maximum hours that a school-aged teenager can work is 6 hours a day and 30 hours per week. Throughout the year, they are also permitted to work from 6 a.m. till 9 p.m. As per the Children and Young Persons Care and Protection Child Employment Regulation of 2015, there are currently no restrictions on the minimum age to work in New South Wales. However, employees must be 17 to work full-time. Employers, parents, and teens looking to start work should look at the Fair Work Ombudsman, Safe Work New South Wales, and the New South Wales Department of Education for further information on the work age restrictions. Now, let's look at Queensland. The Child Employment Act of 2006 states that the minimum age to work in Queensland is 13 years. However, children from 11 years old are permitted to work if it is a supervised delivery of newspapers or any other forms of mail advertising materials from 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. The state also has restrictions on the amount of hours children can work depending on their schooling. A school-aged child is permitted to only work 4 hours on a school day and a total of 12 hours during a school week. However, they can work a maximum of 8 hours on non-schooling days and a maximum of 38 hours during a non-school week, for example, school holidays. School-aged children are not permitted to work between the hours of 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. at any given time. In Western Australia, as per the School Education Act of 1999, the legal working age is considered to be 15 years. However, children aged 13 and above can still find work in certain industries, such as newspaper or other advertising material delivery, retail outlet, store work, or restaurant work, or as well as collecting trolleys from outside of school hours from 6 a.m. till 10 p.m. If you're working in a volunteer role, family business, or entertainment, you're exempt from these rules. In South Australia, as per the Education and Children's Service Act of 2019, businesses are allowed to set their own age restrictions, so the minimum working age will differ between businesses. Children aged 6 to 16 are not allowed to work during school hours or early or late hours that could hinder their schooling. Teenagers aged 15 and 16 can apply for permanent exemption from schooling for employment, but it must be discussed with the school's principal first. The Northern Territory, as per the Care and Protection of Children Act 2007, has a similar working age as Western Australia at 15. However, people aged 13 to 15 can work with certain restrictions, such as not working during school hours, late at night, or early in the morning before a school day. Like other states, full-time work can only commence once the teenager has completed Year 10 and is at least 15 years old. In the Australian Capital Territory, as per the Children and Young People Act of 2008, the minimum legal working age is 15 years old. Minors who are 15 to 17 years old are allowed to work part-time while attending school and full-time during school holidays. It's important to note that restrictions apply to the type of jobs and working hours that minors can undertake. Employers in the ACT are required to comply with the Child Employment Act of 2003 and the Child Employment Regulation of 2006, which sets out the rules and regulations surrounding the employment of minors. Finally, in Tasmania, as per the Workplace Health and Safety Act of 1995, there is no minimum legal working age, but it is illegal for children under 11 to sell things in a public place, such as a market. It's also against the law for a child in school to work during school hours, but they can apply for permission from the Department of Education to be exempted from school to work or to go to school part-time. Employers have a duty of care to ensure the safety and well-being of their employees, including young workers. They must provide a safe working environment, provide appropriate training and supervision, and ensure that young workers are not exposed to inappropriate or harmful situations. And there you have it, everything you need to know about the legal working age in Australia, brought to you by Business Kitz. If you're a young person looking to work or a parent of a teenager, it's important to understand the legal requirements that apply. We are here to empower your business, to ensure that you stay legally compliant with our huge bank of legal documents to help you every step of the way.